It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun working with all the coaches here.
How do you feel? How's your game doing? You haven't really played competitive basketball much, and you had
Uh,
some time off.
I'm improving every day. I feel great.
You feel it was kind of crazy because you were just the only one here
No,
working out?
I mean that's what I do every day. I'm always working out with my individual trainer, working on my skill set, working on both sides of the ball. So it was pretty normal for me.
Do you see yourself, or couldn't you see yourself here playing for the Lakers?
Without a doubt, without a doubt, I can definitely see myself here in LA.
And why can you see it?
Just the tradition. I'm coming from Duke University, which was we had the winningest coach in college basketball, and that entire atmosphere was about winning, and that's what the Lakers organization is about, and that's something I want to be a part of.
And of course, throughout your basketball career, you especially this last year, you won everything there is to win.
I've always won.
Level.
I won state championship, national championship, gold medals, all that. So I would love to come here and have the opportunity to win an NBA championship.
Would you trade off being the number one pick to play for the Lakers? Is that a fair trade?
I mean, it's not up to me.
But would that be a fair trade in your mind? Or is the number one pick that much more important than playing for the Lakers?
I already said that being the number one pick isn't that important to me. I think that's more so for the fan base. I just want to be in the right position and with the team that wants me.
With the elite tradition of big men here, and you're looking around and
Right.
seeing those names,
Yeah.
what was your initial reaction coming in?
I was very familiar with the big men that was here. Shaquille O'Neal was my favorite growing up, and then Kareem, the all-time leading scorer. So I would love to be here, have the opportunity to learn from all those guys. That'll definitely be to my advantage.
What do you take away from all those guys, Shaq, Kareem, Wilt, Mike, and when you just kind of study the history of the game?
Just how dominant they were, and they were all about winning. And when they came here, they won. So if I did that, I'll have some big shoes to step into, but I'm ready.
Have you given Minnesota any indication you'd rather play here than there?
No, I haven't spoken with Minnesota. I'm speaking with them sometime this week.
Is there anything to reports that you would rather play here than play there?
No, I haven't said anything like that.
The one criticism of you seems to be your defense. Is that fair, unfair? Where do you see your defensive skills as opposed to your offense?
I think I'm getting better on both sides of the ball. That is a criticism, but we won a national championship at Duke, so it wasn't that bad. And Coach K was fine with the way I played defense, and but I'm getting better every day.
What about the free throw shooting? It was also something that was.
That was obvious. I was missing free throws, and that's something I've also been working on. It was mostly mental. Just I mean, we lost the game to Notre Dame, and that was just my free throw shooting. And from there, it went downhill. But I've been working the entire summer on it, and I feel confident in it.
How much pride do you take in trying to improve your free throw shooting?
I didn't hear you.
How much pride do you take in trying to improve your free throw shooting?
Well, I take pride in just improving my entire game, but obviously that was something that I wasn't happy about this year, so I've been doing that every day.
How do you think you'd fit in alongside Julius Randle, having a young front line out here?
Well, like you say, he's young, and I'm happy to see him back out here. He was working out when I walked in the gym, but I think we do well together. He's a great athlete, and he's very versatile, so I think me and him would really be great.
Just how would you envisage your game around him?
I don't know. I'll let the coaches do that, but he's very talented, so I'm sure they'll come up with something.
You had a chance to dine with the Lakers front office last night. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Can you give us at least some insight how that went? Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it a lot. It was a lot of fun sitting down with all those guys, and tonight I'm going to dinner with the coaches, so I'm excited for that.
We saw you hit some mid-range shots. How much have you sensed that as being part of your game moving forward?
Like I said, I'm just improving all aspects of my game, and that's one of them. But I'm confident when I'm on the floor with everything I can do.
Do you still see yourself as mostly like a post-up guy?
That's what I am. That's my bread and butter. But I can definitely do some other things.
I saw you hitting a few threes, so that's not your game, right? We shouldn't be expecting that.
It's something I can do, but no, I know what my bread and butter is, and that's down in the post.
You know, even though you've had a down couple of years, do you still appreciate the tradition of the Lakers living on the other side of the country? Are they still a special brand to you, the Lakers?
Without a doubt. When I first started in the NBA, I always thought about the Lakers, and they have a winning tradition, 11 championships, and that's what I want to be a part of.
How much more space do you think there'll be in the NBA game for you to work one-on-one?
Talking with people in the NBA and even guys around the NBA, I think there'll be a lot more space. I really don't know, I haven't been in a position yet, but what I've seen, I think I have a lot more space to operate. I won't be double teamed as much, and I'll probably be surrounded by some really good shooters, so that'll also be to my benefit because I can pass.
Given all that you've been through in your life, I hear you say you play with wings on. Jeff Capel says he believes you're destined. You feel like you're destined for greatness. Do you feel that way?
I do. And my wing, that's my mother who passed. So before every game, I talk to her, and that just gives me a sense of confidence every game I go into.
What do you think you'd get out of playing with Kobe?
I would like to talk to him, just pick his brain, just learn so much from him, and he's obviously one of the greatest to ever do it, if not the greatest. So being able to come here and talk to him and work with him in practice. That'd be awesome.
What things come to mind as far as what you want to learn from him if this winds up happening?
A lot of it would be mentally. People always talk about how he could miss 2 to 3 shots and he's fine. He knows he's gonna make the next one. And sometimes I get down on myself. So if I had the opportunity to see what's going through his head when he misses, that'll definitely benefit me.
Even putting on Laker gear today, is that kind of cool for you? Does that feel kind of different than putting on other teams' gear?
It was surreal. This is the first. I haven't worked out for any other team, so it was my first time putting an NBA team on my body. So it was definitely awesome. And like I said, it was my first time.
Do you have a workout schedule yet with Minnesota, and do you know if it'll be here or there?
My agent's right behind you. He can tell you. We're still talking about that, but it's coming up soon.
I know people ask you all the time to make a case for why you should go #1 against a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, and you don't like to answer that question, right? You say you just want to win. How do teams react to that when you answer it that way?
It's just, I don't want to say why I should be picked over somebody. I'd rather just say why I should be picked for any team, and that's just like you said, I want to win, and I've always been a winner. And I would just love to be in a position to win, but I've just never been the type of guy saying you should pick me over him. It's just not who I am.
The Lakers obviously have had a long time to look at you at Duke, and is this about, do you think this experience, as far as working out and going to dinner, is more about getting to know who you are as a person, more than necessarily what you can do on the court?
Definitely. Like you said, they've seen me on the court probably since throughout all of high school and this year at Duke. So I guess it's just getting a feel for one another, talking a lot, chatting. It was mostly just getting a feel for one another.
What did they want to know? What were some of the questions?
Some of the questions? Basic stuff. How do I think I can help the Lakers? Do I want to be here? Things of that nature.
Just given your skill set, do you feel like even with how the game's being played now, with all the stretch fours and a lot of pick and roll, that there could be almost like a return of big man type game?
Big men, I think big men still run the game. When you have a dominant big man, that changes the aspects of the game. And you can even see that now. You see the Golden State big men and the Cleveland big men doing big things for the team. So we believe the big men still run it.
What about LA? Are you familiar? Have you been out here a lot, or the city?
I'm staying in Santa Barbara, working out. That's where I've been since I left college. And it's like 2 hours from here, so I've been up here a couple times with my family, and this has been a lot of fun. I enjoy being in LA.
Do you feel like you can make a team a winner?
By myself?
Yeah.
Not by myself, not on this level at least. Not coming right in, but that's why we have Kobe Bryant here and somebody I can learn from. But I want to be a part of that.
Now, there would be a lot of pressure. Anybody coming to this marketplace with a team getting ready to rebuild. Are you ready? Do you think you're ready for that kind of pressure?
Definitely. I mean, that's what I've always been about. I went to Whitney Young High School, which was one of the best high schools, and I didn't want to go to any school but Duke. The best of the best, and that's the same standard I'm holding myself to right now. And being here, part of the Lakers, fans that want to win, that's what I want.
Even though this is, like you said, your first workout, is there something you may have picked up in just this workout that's completely different from the past?
Nothing new. It was just great getting a feel for the guys that I'll probably be working with if I did come here. And they worked me hard today. As you can see, I'm sweating, and it was a lot of fun.
What kind of, how much weight have you lost? What kind of, is this the best shape of your life?
It's close. I was in really good shape going into Duke. Then as the season progressed, I got injured and I kind of lost some of the shape because I wasn't able to practice as much. But I'm getting there. I haven't lost too much weight because I've added some muscle, so my weight is about the same. It just looks a little different.
And when you're talking about Kobe, did Krzyzewski ever talk to you about any stories involving him with Team USA, passed down along, anything about
Yeah, he always shares stories about all the guys, but Kobe was one of them, just how hard he works. And he told me one crazy drill he does is make 10 shots in a row from each spot, and he won't leave until that's accomplished. So that shows a lot of patience. That's like something mentally I would like to talk to him about.
What do you think is the key? I mean, you mentioned how you want to learn from him, but just having kind of the mental toughness of any just kind of tough demands that he expects from anyone. What's the key to being able to handle that?
That's what I would like to ask him. My guess would be just believing in yourself, but that's easier said than done. So that's exactly what I would like to talk to him about and pick his brain about.
I mean, as far as him personally, just knowing how demanding of a player he is.
What do you mean?
Like, what do you think is the key to be able to handle just his demanding expectations?
I mean, that's what I want. He wants to win, and hopefully when I come here, he'll be super hard on me. And I've seen the video of him in practice, and I love it. I love it, and I'm ready for that.
A couple more, guys. What do you think of the compare? I know you said it's not about trying to be better than Karl or to get the number one spot over Karl, but when you hear the comparisons and you know kind of what they say is great about him and where he might have an edge on you, what do you think of that?
I don't think too much about it. I mean, that's what people do, they criticize, and I've gotten a lot of criticism. But He's obviously a great player, and he's definitely deserving to be the #1 pick.
How much was the way you played defense and the way Duke's team defense last year intended to keep you out of foul trouble?
Well, it was definitely something that me and the coaches talked about, not getting into foul trouble. I did that early in the season, and I had a conversation with the coaches was to try to keep me out of foul trouble and don't pick up any dumb fouls. So that was definitely part of our scheme.
Did that affect what you could show on that end? Did that being as aggressive, or?
I mean, I don't know. I was just in high school. We played a different scheme. I defended pick and rolls and all of that, and then college is a whole another ballgame, of course. But I mean, I was happy with the way we did it. Like I said, we won a national championship, and everything we did worked.
You've been in the spotlight from a very young age. I'm guessing you feel like you could handle the spotlight of these lights in LA if you were picked here.
I would like to think that. I've never been anything at this altitude with being in Los Angeles to bright lights where Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and even people off the basketball court who's big-time celebrities. But I would like to think I can handle that.
I've heard some analysts say that you could average 19, 20 points a game in the NBA right now. How do you feel about that kind of? Do you believe that, or what would that take for you?
I would like to believe that. I mean, I'm very confident on the offensive floor. I feel like I can score when there's one guy guarding me. I mean, that's not too far-fetched from my imagination.